Yeah, I think the last one that we did, yeah, we did not structure that episode very well
Oh,
at all, I think. Yeah.
no, right?
For those of you listening,
It's pretty funny.
yeah, this was not supposed to be episode 3? Yeah, episode 3.
Three or
This should
four?
be 3. I mean, technically 4 if we count episode 0 as episode 1, right? But yeah. Last episode we did like a tier list of a bunch of rock bands that we ranked, and it did not end up doing very well on the back end. So maybe we'll try that idea some other time, but the episode that we did I don't think worked very well at all. So, yeah, which happens, you know. Besides, we're just kicking it.
Yeah, dude. We're brand new to this whole
That's
thing,
right.
so
But it has been a fat minute since we've recorded anything, though.
it is because I got a son.
Yes, you had a son. You have officially reproduced.
I have seed.
How goes the dad life? Cue us in on that.
Oh, dude, it is crazy. It changes everything. Like people say that to you all the time. They're like, it changes everything. Your life's never gonna be the same. I was like, yeah, you guys are a bunch of weirdos. You don't know what you're talking about. They do. They do know what they're talking about.
How so? How does it change everything?
It's so weird. It's really hard to explain
Yeah.
actually. But you learn to live off of like no sleep.
So you just get used to like insomnia then, huh? Wow,
Pretty
that's
much.
wild.
And then you have to be like super patient because you're both tired and you both want to strangle each other sometimes. And it's just how it goes. Most people don't talk about it.
That's pretty nutty. Dude, my family just went on a trip to Nebraska without me, and I had to stay behind and I fed the cat. And like I had so little patience with this cat when it was just like whining and complaining about the food that it didn't like. I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
dreadful parent."
dude, I've been a surprisingly good parent. Um, I mean, sometimes I'll just do something stupid and random.
Yeah, like, pick your kid up by the teeth with the blanket.
It was actually his onesie.
A onesie. Yes,
Yeah,
excuse me.
no, you're good though.
I'll throw that in. I gotta throw that one in.
That is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, he is definitely unbothered.
Mm, that's good.
But yeah,
That's very good. Everyone that I've shown that picture to just starts laughing their ass off
yeah,
like every time.
that wasn't the idea, like or the plan, but
Yeah.
it is now. And when people ask me, it's like, yeah, I planned it.
Yeah, that's right.
I curated this,
Yes. Thoroughly curated.
right?
Yeah.
So a lot has happened.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I work at a bank now. I have for a month, and it has consumed my life, for better and for worse.
that's good, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
I just got a text from a company that ghosted me a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do they
and
want to do another interview with you?
yeah, I was like, no,
That's
you
fair.
guys set up an interview and didn't show up to it.
Hmm. I love that.
It was a phone interview, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Let's
What
do
the
this.
shit?
Yeah, and then they just didn't call me.
That's retarded, dude.
Yeah, so then they texted me and they're like, when can you do an interview? And it's like, we already talked about this.
Yeah, how about I ask you, when can you do an interview?
Yeah, and then not show up.
Right? Yeah. Because I can show up.
Right.
You can't, apparently.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, dude.
Yeah. Don't you love that?
Oh yeah.
Have I told you the story about how I got this bank job?
No,
Very interesting story.
you just reminded me of the Joker.
Really.
Did I So you, how I
You want to
got
know
this
how I got
job?
this bank job? Yeah.
I stuck a knife right here. Rip.
The fuck. All right.
I don't know. I don't know.
So, yeah, back when I was job hunting, like almost like 2 months ago now. It's the last time we like were consistently putting out episodes.
Yeah.
Uh, I was eventually like, all right, maybe I should start applying for stuff that's not just design jobs. I saw on like an Instagram ad from this bank that there was going to be a hiring event, and they weren't very specific about what kind of jobs they were hiring for.
Really?
Really, yes. And I was like, all right, cool. So I put in the form that I was seeking a marketing job. So I get to the hiring event and I sit down with the manager for an interview. And he's like,
Right.
"So what made you want to be a teller?" I was like, "Oh,
That's the job.
that's what we're interviewing for. Okay, sounds good. I bank here. I like the mood.
I give you money, and it's
Yeah,
nice here. I get a free
yeah,
lollipop.
yes. I haven't had a necessarily bad experience banking with you, so maybe I'll work with you." And
Right?
somehow,
Right?
and somehow they liked that answer enough and gave me the job.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I've
Very
been a
cool.
teller for about a month now, and like, it was very, very wild, like starting out, and but 2 months in, I think I'm like finally fighting like a decent amount of footing, but there's still like so much I don't know.
I
It's
bet.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems hard.
And I can't decide if I want to like climb the corporate ladder to,
Right? Because then you'll be
get onto
there.
their marketing team,
Right? Because then you'll be there for a
or
couple of years.
yeah, exactly. And then I'd also have to commute to Salt Lake every day or move to Salt Lake. I would rather not do that personally. I don't like Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Salt Lake
It's
sucks.
very congested.
Yeah, for all of you who may be listening that, reside in Salt Lake, I don't know how you do it. More power to
You're a
you.
different animal. It's
Yes.
very true. I had to go to Salt Lake once a week for my old job, and it
Yeah.
wrecked me, dude. Like I wanted to cry every day.
Well, yeah, that commute for you from where you live to Salt Lake, that is bananas. That's actual insanity. That's like what? Like 5 hours one way? Yeah.
Oh wait, here, wait. Let me set up a bit real quick. You know what else is bananas? Donkey Kong Bonanza coming out June 17th. Just it's
Oh,
stupid.
yes.
We could just like cut that into a clip or something.
I think I'll just not take. I'm not gonna cut that. I think I'll just like leave that how it was.
I know. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. It's a cool game.
Donkey Kong
It looks
Bonanza.
really cool.
Yeah. What do you think about the eyes?
The eyes,
Yes, the
they're
eyes.
awesome.
You like the new Donkey Kong
Yeah.
eyes? Some people, it's a very divisive topic.
Well, some people are stupid and they don't know what change is. Unless
Yeah.
you're one of them. Are you
I
one of them?
I don't care.
Did I just call you stupid?
I really don't care. Like
Because I'll do it again.
personally, I think the best design was from the movie. Like I thought Donkey Kong looked great in the movie. I think like that was like a perfect mix between this new one that they're going with the games and the old design. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
personally like the movie design the
I
most.
mean, have you seen the Donkey Kong 64 model?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, where like he's got that like dark area behind his eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So it's kind of
That's
similar
what
to that.
that's what I think most people are talking about. Because I'm just
Yeah.
like, they just brought it back. You
Hmm.
know, they made it smaller or non-existent in like for like Smash Bros and stuff,
Hmm.
and just Mario in general.
I think Nintendo fans bother me a lot as opposed to like other fandoms, which we can talk about that some. Yes, there it is, the Switch 2.
I
You did
I
it.
am the one that bothers him.
Yes, you are the one that bothers me. I also just don't like Nintendo as a company, but Internet problems.
Sadly, it's as good as I can get.
Yeah. So how are you enjoying your Switch too?
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
everything.
games are on it? Just the Mario Kart game? Is that it?
Yeah. That's the only one that was made for it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it's really cool. The upscaling is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've I've never played a game that's like higher than 60 FPS.
Really? It has like 120 FPS.
Well, no, sorry. Well, I don't even know what the specs are.
Sure.
I'm just a dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, of course.
but it's smoother than I've ever seen a game run before.
Okay.
You know those HD TVs in like Costco or whatever, or like Sam's Club.
Oh yeah, they don't like have yeah, they like have their motion smoothing on and
Yeah.
everything.
When it looks like they're like sped up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the frame rates are
that's what it does.
okay.
And so like I'll be like I got the Switch 2 version of the Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah.
and I've been playing it, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like it's so smooth, I could slip.
Motion smoothing is a very interesting topic for me to talk about. Um it looks terrible for movies. It looks amazing
It's
for video games
it's
and
interesting,
sports broadcasts. And sometimes the news, but who cares about how the news looks, right?
right? Yeah,
But like yeah, when you're playing video games, it's amazing. When you're watching football, it's also amazing. But yeah, when you're watching a movie, it's atrocious. You know what I mean? Like I need my movies to be in 24 FPS
that's pretty fun.
because like ruins yeah, when it's like motion smoothed over with like super high frame rates and everything, just ruins the whole cinematic feel of it,
Right? Yeah.
you know? I used to like it as a kid, but then I was like, no, I hate this.
When I used to see it as a kid, I was like, this hurts my head.
What made me really laugh was like when I think it was when Mission Impossible Fallout came to home video. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie like made a PSA on the disc to like tell everyone that bought the disc to turn off their motion smoothing settings on their TVs.
That's funny.
Yeah. They're like, we as creatives did not intend for you to watch this film with motion smoothing turned on. I'm like, cool, dude. Who cares? I mean, us film buffs care. Yeah, they're just speaking to the peons that don't actually really care because they
Right?
just have a TV and a movie and they want to watch
Exactly.
it. Yeah. So Spencer also got a Switch too. I don't know if I'll ever even get a Switch 1 personally.
Dude, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do get one, get a Switch 2 because it's just better.
Is it backwards compatible?
Yes,
Oh, then yeah, I'll get a Switch 2 if I ever get one.
because yeah, you could just put in
Hmm.
Switch games.
Yeah, Nintendo, I I don't really know what they like have been putting out. Like even with this whole entire I'm so Nolan devoid from video games at this point. I'm barely paying attention to what's even coming out. You
Yeah.
know, like the whole Switch era. Like the only games that I even remember, like even people talking about remotely, were Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Smash Ultimate, and was it Mario Kart 8?
Yeah,
And now this new Mario Kart.
yeah.
And then I guess was It Takes Two a Switch exclusive?
I don't know if it was exclusive.
I
It might
don't.
have been.
It may have been. I know that, and people were talking about that one because it won Game of the Year. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because they got gamers
that's an
and
indie game
they're
though.
yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't think it would be an exclusive, right?
I mean, depends on how much money they paid them.
True. Yeah.
Because there's also like Hollow Knight, but that came out years ago.
That is very. Wait, was Hollow Knight also only exclusively a Nintendo game
No,
created
I
by
think
indie
it
developers?
well it might have come out on Switch, but no, it is an indie game, is what it is. But I don't know the details of when it released and what it was. where it was.
What's that one new indie game that's like blowing up right now? That's just so critically adored. Have you heard about this thing? It's like a turn-based type game that apparently has like one of the most critically
Oh,
acclaimed stories in a
Zenless
long
Zone
time.
Zero.
I thought it was called like Expedition 33 or something.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that one. I don't think that's an indie game.
I thought it was.
Uh, have you seen it?
No.
It is very, very polished.
I,
But I
I
also
I
don't
get
know.
that, but like I heard that like yeah, it's I heard it was from an indie studio of like a bunch of
Really?
people that left like some bigger studios.
Well, then it
Maybe
might be.
I think they all were former Ubisoft devs. And they got
Hmm,
so sick and tired of Ubisoft that they went and just made their own studio and like made apparently one of the best video games of the decade so far. So that's
right.
gonna set unreasonably high expectations for their next game.
Yeah.
Because like it's a
See,
group of like 10 people, I heard.
yeah. Something. Oh, right. Yeah. I've heard
Hmm.
that part. The main other thing that I've heard about it is that the game has amazing baguettes.
What's a baguette? Like a like a like a
Like
like a
the French bread baguette.
oh. You mean like just how they look?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. So everyone just wants to like eat these baguettes.
Yeah. 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 Everybody was like,
Okay.
these baguettes are awesome.
I love
Just
that.
because they were
I
very
love it
detailed.
when yeah. I love that when you see stuff in like video games and in animation like food wise that just look amazing and you
You're
want
like,
to eat it.
I want to
Like
eat that.
yeah, you watch like a Studio Ghibli movie and you're like, I want to eat like all that barbecue, all that ramen.
Right? Yeah.
And the
I
weird
don't
one is
care.
the weirdest is when you're watching like The Land Before Time and the dinosaurs are eating like leaves and grass
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that looks good, man. I want to eat
You're
some of
like,
that."
that's tasty.
Yeah, I want a tree
Dude,
star.
especially with the Ghibli stuff.
What were we talking about before the crash? We had a crash.
Oh, goodness.
I'm probably gonna clue that in as well. So you were talking about Ghibli,
You were like, what happened before the crash?
and then it crashed again. Yep,
I'm like, I
good
don't know what
old
happened
Rock
before.
Springs.
I can't remember anything that happened before the crash. The great crash of.
No memory of any crashes.
No crashes.
You've been having memory crashes. Wait, I
I
have no
can.
memory of any crashes.
No
It's weird that I
crashes.
have that quote in my head. That's a quote from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Season 2, Episode 1.
Weeb.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
it's Star Wars. It's not weeb shit.
What do you call it if it's an American thing?
Um,
Like, what do they call us? Like,
I don't know.
when they're obsessed
Let's
with
look it up.
like American animation.
All right, let's check this out.
They're like, I want to go to America. America, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the last thing that they would be concerned about is the animation when trying to immigrate to America. I
No,
think they just want to take
they're
our
a fan.
jobs.
No, they're not coming in.
It's true.
I'm saying the fans of
Yeah,
American animation.
yeah, I know. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Guys,
Japanese
what's the
term
Japanese
for
term
fan
for?
of American animation. Let's see. In
Because
Japan, there isn't a single widely used term specifically for fans of American animation, similar to how anime otaku refers to anime fans. So there isn't a term,
Ah,
which
so
means
nobody.
there's just
So they just don't like it.
either that
They
or
don't. They don't like it enough.
I guess, yeah. I'd be very curious actually to know how many people in Japan prefer their own animation to American animation.
Most Americans prefer Japanese
At
animation.
this point, I think so. Like, because the cool thing about anime, not to get on my soapbox or anything, but the anime industry and maybe even like their film and TV industry overall, I feel like is just way less politically motivated than the United
Dude,
States.
yeah. And their commercials are insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Well, that was just my point. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, maybe people just resonate more with a lot less political motivation in their media, and I think anime is definitely way less politically motivated than what we put out. So,
Right. Yeah. I mean, until that fateful day
hmm
where
and it's
I
the
publish my
problem.
stuff.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The problem I think is that like now American companies have really caught on to how much we like anime because of that, and now they're trying to commission and exploit it for content purposes. So
Yeah.
I'm
The
really
fact that the fact that the Catholic Church has an anime girl is insane.
that is actually freaking crazy. Yeah. I that was a wild meme back when that came out.
That was
Lucy?
actually, yeah,
Yeah.
loose.
Luce? Is it Lucci or
Yeah.
Luce? Luce?
Luce. Like Luce,
Yeah.
because it means light. It means light in Latin
Yeah. I thought it
or
was
something.
Lucy. Yeah. Mhm.
A lot of people call her whatever they want.
Mhm.
I called her loose
I
because
have the
that's
power of
funny.
God and anime on my side.
It worked,
It worked.
kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Oh yeah, uh, my voice is getting a little bit
I
better.
know. Every time we talk, I swear, man, it is getting a little bit better, just
Yeah.
a little bit more noticeably. So while we were gone, a little program came out called VO3, and yeah, we're cooked. Like
We are so
if you're
cooked.
one of the few people that are watching real, genuine human beings anymore, like us, more power to you. Thank
Well,
you for sticking
first make
around.
sure, first make sure that you are
Yes,
watching human beings.
yes, exactly. It's going to get to the point where it's going to become like almost completely indistinguishable. It's still like a little bit uncanny when you look at it, right? But
Yeah,
it's
like
still
there was
fairly
one.
noticeable. But like very soon, I'm pretty sure, like maybe in a year from now, it's almost going to be very, very indistinguishable. And like that goes back to our last like yeah, my whole entire Instagram feed is like Bigfoot vlogs of Bigfoot either like out in the woods like pulling pranks on people or Bigfoot at the ice riots or stormtroopers vlogging about Order 66 or the invasion of Hoth. And like they're very funny, don't get me wrong, but like fundamentally yeah, I have a problem with it being the finished product cuz like there was like no time and effort put into making said product other than just the
Right.
devs creating the AI itself, but they're not the ones that are
Yeah,
profiting
yeah,
off of these videos.
yeah,
It's
dude.
just some guy who's
And
just typing a prompt into a chat and then just making the program
right.
do it all for him. So they're
Oh,
taking money
and
away from people that are actually putting money into the what they're doing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not using it
Um,
as a tool. It's the finished product like we were talking about.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Uh, it's really insane.
Yeah.
And like we were talking off camera, um, the AI ASMR or AISMR,
Mhm.
AISMR,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, it is popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I found it just randomly because I don't get on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
But when I do, something new happens and I'm like, what's going on? Like the last time I looked at it, VO3 had come out. The time before that, it was that Steve fish, that orange fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh but yeah, so now like people are making ASMR videos and they can make money off of it now.
Yep.
It's insane.
Just for I mean, honestly, it's pretty lucrative. It like, it's cool that,
It's some of the
people
laziest
yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that you can possibly do, but it's still really cool,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
And it's like, it sucks that that's what people are using it for.
Right. Exactly. It's
and I
just
don't like that.
there's so many different ways to feel about this situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There's no right or wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. It's basically just people have their own
Yeah.
opinions, and that's just how it's gonna be.
So that's here's a segue for that. I think I don't remember if I talked about this in like the last episode that we published, or if I talked about it in the lost episode that we never put out. But I recently read a graphic novel called Whist. Um, and it's a dark fantasy graphic novel, and like the story I thought was interesting enough. Um, but like I was first like drawn to it. I saw it on like TikTok, right? And I really liked it because it had all the pages are they're like black. They're black pages. It's
Blood
pretty cool.
ink.
Oh yes, very expensive for printing. But I couldn't help but like when I was reading this, I'm like something feels a little bit off about this artwork. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I got the second book because like, okay, I kind of want to know what happens next in this story. And the second book, Whist God Blossom, very first page acknowledges that all of the artwork is AI generated. Yes. So he generates the artwork using an AI program, and then he just like tweaks it a little bit here and there to like make it a little bit more cohesive. So he's not claiming ownership of any of the artwork, but he is claiming ownership of the story itself.
Oh,
But
okay.
like I still fundamentally have a problem with that because you're profiting still. Like that's you're only doing half of the work. You know what I mean? And
Right,
you're
right.
getting the full profit for half of the work. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like not to call this guy out or anything, but if you really had that much faith in your story and not as much faith in like your art skills, I would hope that you would respect your story enough to get somebody involved that you do have the confidence in their art skills to tell it instead of turning
Right.
to an AI program. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I, for me personally, I totally get it.
Mhm.
From a personal standpoint, because you know how long I've been working on my stuff
Yes.
and how long I've been trying to learn animation
Mhm.
and trying to learn how to draw better,
Right.
you know. And I've got almost, I have a bunch of like physical stuff like to show for it,
Mhm.
but I've got nothing out there because to me nothing's good enough yet.
Right.
Um, and I feel like a
Perfectionism,
lot of
yeah.
people, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people will see the AI and be like, well, that's just perfection personified. Like, I just type it in and then it's boom. No rough draft, no nothing.
That could be what it would eventually become. It's
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
like,
not
yeah.
perfect right now. I can tell you
No, no,
that
no,
much.
yeah. But it definitely streamlines quite a bit of
Yeah.
things.
It
As much as
condenses things, I think.
I don't like that it steals from
Yeah.
artists.
I don't like that at all.
Um, I wish, like, if AI, like, one time I asked the AI, I was like, hey, can you cite your sources?
Mhm.
And it said, no,
Wow.
it can't because it doesn't know what it takes anymore.
Really? It says that it's
Yep,
incapable of citing its sources?
yep, that's exactly what it said. And so if
Holy
they
cow.
just made that little change when they were like, because I know they train it when they're training it, they probably don't want to go through all of the people's stuff and type it in. But like, that's the right thing to do.
Mhm.
I feel like everything should be cited.
Yes.
If we have to cite our papers, AI should too.
Yeah. That makes sense. I can get on board with that.
You know, like give it rules.
Mhm.
You know, and I feel like a lot less people would be up in arms about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you see that I believe it's Universal and Disney are starting a lawsuit against certain AI companies for use of their
yeah.
intellectual property without their consent?
Oh, right.
Right.
Because yeah,
because you know regular people are profiting off of making these parodies, but Disney is not. And they just want to like let's be real, like if they had full control of this software, they would definitely be using it and they would be the only ones making the profit off of it ideally for them.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
so greedy.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Mhm.
Like I cannot get. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, it really is like the death of creativity to an extent. Yeah. I had one more thing to say about that, but I forgot what it was.
Hmm.
Huh. Do you want to talk about the life in film thing today?
I don't think I have enough time to.
Okay, that's fair.
Um, we could talk about the concept of it.
Okay.
Is that what you meant, or
Yeah, we can just talk about the concept. Sure, yeah.
okay, gotcha? Because I mean, like, we could talk about the idea,
Yeah,
but I do need to get back to my
that
baby
makes sense, yeah. See,
and my honey.
yeah, that's right. That's
I'm
right.
a family man
Yeah.
now.
You gotta have your me time, dog.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. This is actually really good though too,
Yes.
because it's like I'm still looking for a job, and so being able to talk to anybody is helpful.
Right, yeah.
It keeps me sane,
Mm-hmm.
even if my camera is stupid. Oh yeah, you heard that? You-
It's fun like trying to it's gonna be interesting like trying to navigate I like talking to you a lot and obviously I like talking to you like a lot off camera as well. It's gonna be like hard to navigate like what can we talk about off camera that will
Right.
sound like won't compromise how fresh it will sound if we do talk about it on the podcast. You know?
Well, at the same time, like as long as we don't like flesh it out completely,
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, like
Um,
yeah, it's fine.
I think, yeah, I think we should talk about ideas and stuff
Mm-hmm.
outside of it,
Yeah.
but inside, like we could have it like planned out, where like instead of needing to share our screens, we could just have presented slides that we can put in afterward, like when you're editing.
Oh, are
We
we
could have
talking
like
about the
this.
life and film stuff now?
Oh, we
Oh,
can.
sorry, I didn't realize what you were trying to
No,
say.
you're totally good. Um, like if the screen capture
Yeah.
or whatever doesn't work,
Yeah.
then we could always
Mm-hmm.
make our own pictures and
Yeah.
slides that we could just
Sure.
boom, boom,
And yeah,
right
I
on the
was
podcast.
I was trying to do that with the last episode, but there would have just been so much unbelievable stuff that I would have to just pull, and it was just not worth it to me. It was
Like
based
what the
on
like
yeah, and also
yeah
just because of the way we structured it, even without all those other graphics, it was still a
yeah because
mess.
we started
Like
talking
even
about
if the
whales
screen
and stuff.
capture did still work, I don't think it would have turned out very good anyway. So
Right.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah,
Life in film.
life in film, yes, or just life, a life in blank. This is a concept that I kind of want to dip my toe into with this podcast. Not to turn like I'm a big film guy, obviously. All of you who listen know that. I don't want to turn this specific podcast exclusively into a film podcast unless you want to.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that if we keep it open ended,
Yes.
it gives us like a bajillion
Right.
things that we could talk
I
about.
like talking about multiple topics with this show specifically. I
Yeah.
still want to like eventually create a show with just me, mostly covering movie stuff, but like I still don't exactly know how I'm going to do that. But I think this idea, this life in blank, is great for this show. The format of it is fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
Even though it's mostly primarily used on the internet for film stuff. Like, yeah. But relatively, so a life in blank. This is how this thing works. So we are both the same age. We're both 25. And so we were both born in the year 2000. How this series would work is we'll have our topic: a life in film, a life in animation, a life in uh, rock albums or something, and we go through each year of our lives and pick our favorite um, example of said topic, right? And then we just discuss
Yeah.
that. like most people that I have seen talk about this sort of thing have exclusively just talked about a life in film, where it's their entire lifespan, and they're talking about their favorite movie for every year that they've been alive. But I have not seen, yeah, like other stuff, like a life in horror, a life in fantasy, a life in
Right.
animation. Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, this would be fun. Like we could maybe cover like the broad a life in film thing first,
Yeah,
and then like as we get into the more niche subgenres, we could even bring in guests and talk about it with them, and like just keep expanding upon all of these different subgenres and subcategories.
right. Because like I mean, it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. For a life in animation specifically, like I want to get Sige involved with this one
Yes,
because
I need to
like
meet him
yes, you do need to meet him.
because he sounds like a very radical dude.
You guys would get along like so freaking well. I swear.
Not like, not radical as in like what people today say, but
Yeah, yeah, of
like
course.
Ninja Turtles radical.
Yeah, I'd say he's a very funky guy.
Don't show him that clip if you want him on the show. No,
Ah,
I'm just kidding.
nah.
I'm sure he'd be fine.
Oh, absolutely. He's a year older than us too, so he would
Oh, he
have
is.
like an extra year that he could add to the conversation.
Is that why I don't like? Is that why I've never met him? You
Well,
think?
he moved to Morgan a year after you moved to Washington.
That makes so much more
Yeah,
sense.
so I was like I s- I was a sophomore when he moved. He was a junior. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That makes so much
Yeah,
sense.
exactly.
I just thought that he was just a guy that I completely missed, and I felt so
Nah, dude.
bad
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because we would have all been in the same friend group, and I'm like, did I just blip some dude out of existence in my brain? I felt so bad
Yeah.
for so long.
Oh man, he's going to give you shit for that, I'm sure.
Oh, probably, dude. I mean, I wouldn't blame him even,
Mhm.
because like, I mean, you never told me. You just told me his name,
Yeah.
and I just assumed that I just never met the guy, or
Mhm.
just whatever. And that makes me a little
Yeah,
upset.
you two should definitely meet up at the Rock Springs County Fair for that Starset concert cuz he's definitely going to be there.
Right? Dude, yeah, are you gonna be there?
I don't know. If I do go, that's going to be a wild couple days because
Dude, yeah,
that'll be like 2 nights of concerts back to back for me cuz I'm going to Dropkick
right?
Murphys the next night.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
So maybe it's not the best idea.
It well
But I don't
I
know.
don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I like thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if that would be a great idea unless I really want to go see Dropkick Murphys. So it would be fun, really, to hang out with all of us together. That's something I've been
Right?
thinking about for years. Like that would be an awesome hangout, right?
Yeah.
But I also really want to go see Dropkick Murphys because like they're
Right. Yeah.
I've been wanting to see them in concert for a very long time as
For
well.
like
Yeah,
forever. Yeah, you've been
like
talking about
I'm
them for.
past my like prime Dropkick Murphys phase now, but I still want to see them in concert. Even though I'm sure they're
That's
gonna
funny.
say some stuff that I won't agree with, but
Probably.
yeah, who cares?
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, and yeah, I've already seen Starset in concert with Sige before, but and
I've never I've never even heard of them.
yeah, outside of the video that we made that never got published.
I've never heard of them.
Yes, you have never heard of them.
No, it's like it never happened.
I really didn't know of them until I went and saw them either. Like I knew like one of their songs and that was it, and I just knew that they were his favorite band. So
That's
yeah.
interesting, yeah. Alrighty, I think we are coming up on my time.
Okay, sounds good. We did get a few good topics in today.
We
Yes,
did.
we lightly touched upon them, but I think we did get a couple of good remarks in.
Yeah.
Enough to
And I
hold the
mean,
people over.
right.
Yes.
The and those two people are you and me.
That's right. Enough to hold us
That's
over.
yep. Don't worry about anybody else.
That's right, bud.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't even know why I even like tried talking to the fans about anything we're talking about because we're really just
It's
talking to
because
each other.
it's because we're just getting hyped.
Yeah.
We're so excited about
Right.
it.
Exactly.
We've been trying to do this crap for our
Hmm.
whole
I've
lives.
gotten a couple of subscribers from people that I'm just talking to at my new job, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't go out in public right now,
that's fair.
uh, and so I can't. I just don't talk to people.
That's fair.
The only people I talk to is Jasmine,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe her.
Well, you're mostly just living the stay-at-home dad life right now, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Jasmine working right now?
No, no, no,
She's
no,
still
no.
on
Oh,
maternity leave?
yeah. She's still on maternity
Oh,
leave.
that's good.
Um, yeah. She wasn't able to get all of the maternity leave
Oh, that's
that we
unfortunate.
wanted. Yeah, but she got quite a bit.
That's good. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. And so even if I don't get a job, I'll be watching baby all the time.
There you go.
Yeah,
That'll always be good.
yeah. And that also gives me time to do my stupid things.
You gotta pass the stupid things on to the next generation.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I've already been playing One Piece songs while he sleeps.
Dude, have you been showing him One Piece yet? Have you been raising him on One Piece?
No, 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 no. He can't see anything yet.
Oh yeah.
He can see like 8 inches in front of him,
Uh-huh.
but it's all blurry.
Oh, I see.
It's very
How long does
blurry.
it take for baby's eyes to adjust?
About six
6
months.
months?
Yeah,
Because I know
that's
like the
also
first
when they.
colors that they can really see are like black, white, and red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So it's also when their eye develops. So we get to see his eye color for the first time in 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So he gets his eye color and starts seeing things
Mm,
clearly.
I see.
Yeah. And then we get into like the infant stages.
Or the end of the infant stages.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
What is the
Toddler.
infant stage different from the
Whatever.
newborn stage? I thought they were like one and the
Right.
same.
I thought they were different, but now that you say that, I think that I'm wrong. I'm just a white guy on the
That's
internet.
right. Spreading misinformation as we do.
Well, cool.
Yeah, dog.
That was a good one. I liked this. I liked this
Yeah,
one.
this was a good one. Very low
Yeah,
stakes, very
even though,
chill.
yeah, also a very low pixel count
Yes.
on my end.
Mm-hmm. And low internet connection on your account. And it should be a fairly easy one to
Barely
edit too.
scraping
So
by. We're barely scraping
barely
by.
scraping by.
But that's fine.
Right on.
Cool.
Well, if you want to keep chatting after this, I'm probably gonna just hop on some Call of Duty. So
Okay. Gotcha.
bet
Yeah. I will. I'll probably like text you or something.
that
If yeah, I'm pretty tired right now,
that's
so
fair. Yeah,
yeah.
go take your
I'm
sleepy
gonna
sleeps,
evaluate my
your
life.
nappy naps. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
All right.
And remember, everybody, uh, drink water.
Yes, I should do that so my kidneys don't fry.
It's the mountains. Yay!